One of the beauties of being out here that you don't actually, or at least myself, I didn't quite realize until I actually got out here, was sort of leaving everything behind. You know, there's nothing out here. You can't, there's no cell signal, there's no internet. You only have yourself and the people you're traveling with to rely on. And I think that allows you, or at least it allowed me to get an introspective into myself, you know.
Of ThePlanetD.com, and we're in beautiful Northern Ontario.
And we're heading up to the Missinaibi to do some winter camping and trekking by all traditional methods. I can't wait.
All aboard!
Station here, North Track at Sunbury, heading east to westward, over. Okay,
Well, we're just getting ready to get off the train here. It's been, I guess, about 8 hours now that we've been on here, and it's dark outside. It's getting dark outside. So, you know, the first day starting off with a little bit of excitement. Now we have to go and set up our first camp that we have no idea how to do in the dark.
Yeah, something I think that is really great about doing something like this is it takes you out of your comfort zone. I have never used a saw before. I have never wielded an axe before. And here I am, chopping down trees, chopping wood, I'm cutting boughs. It was pretty amazing. Leslie's going to teach me how to get water. Oh, it's hard work, man. We have water. Look at that filling up.
One of the most exciting things about doing the Missinaibi, you know, you're trekking, you're snowshoeing 100 kilometers from one rail line to the next, but you're doing it all by pulling your own gear. You're doing it on a sled. Your camps aren't set up for you. You come in and you help create that camp every single night. You build your adventure as you go, really is what it is. The portages are different every single year. You know, you're slashing through the trees, you know, you're cutting your own path.
One of the things I was not very good at dealing with was the slush. I literally can't move.
Not only is slush a nightmare on your snowshoes, it's also a nightmare on the bottom of your sled. It collects snow and just slows you down.
Before coming on Lure of the North, I was really nervous about walking on ice. And by the end of it, here I was walking beside these streams of flowing water on these ice shelves and actually having a great time. One of my favorite days was when we were just walking along rapids and looking at the spectacular scenery, and there was open water right beside me, and I couldn't believe it that I wasn't terrified. Woohoo!
Found for me that maybe my new normal temperature being out here is about -20, because you know, when I was out taking photos of the stars, which unto itself in an atmosphere like this where there's no light pollution, you only have the glow of the tent, you can see the Big Dipper, Orion's belt, and out there taking that all in, and it was, you know, it was -35, but I didn't actually feel it. Maybe I was, you know, warmed by the scene that I was witnessing while I was photographing it. It really was, that was one of the most amazing nights here.
Your emotions go up and down like crazy. One minute you're high, the next minute you're low. It is way below zero. And I think that's what's important in life, to do something that makes you feel uncomfortable, because when you go back to your real life at home, you start going, you know, I think I can survive this, because if I just survived 100 kilometers in the middle of 30 below weather in northern Canada, sleeping on a lake, I can survive anything.
I think one of the amazing things about doing an epic adventure like the Lure of the North is that you come away with this feeling of accomplishment. You know, when you get to the end and, you know, you're there and everybody's high-fiving each other and you realize what you've accomplished, that's the stuff that makes you keep coming back. You know, every adventure that you do, and by pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, it just helps you build character, and it helps you build yourself. When you realize that you can do these things and you realize your ability, then that in turn builds your confidence and builds you as a human.